It says no materials imported into the Bahamas with the benefit of any exemptions for custom duty under Section 7 shall be used for the purpose other than constructing the dwelling home on the service lot, or be sold, given away, or otherwise disposed of, because it's for a specific purpose. We don't want persons to start a business out of this.
Meantime, Garden Hills MP Brenzo Roll says government is demonstrating that it is continuing to work for Bahamians through the Affordable Housing Bill. South Andros and Mangrove Key MP Picewell Forbes supported the bill, but said that the $30,000 lots will just be 2 years to build are impractical and insensitive, noting that single mothers make up the majority of women who seek to purchase affordable housing and their finances are already stretched.
These professionals in this area, for example, now have an opportunity as first home owners to buy a lot, get customs reduction, elimination, and own a home now, Mr. Speaker, that is the cost of a lot. Wow. That is what the Free National Movement has done.
It offers an opportunity for our people to have some level of empowerment. And I hope that this government, in its wisdom, would also look once again at its white paper when it comes to bring the green paper with real opportunity for the inner city communities. Would include the construction in a very direct way of small homes, not only home repair, small homes construction in the inner city community.
Members of Operation Sovereign Bahamas held a protest in Rawson Square today to bring attention to a number of issues they want the government to address. The group included representatives from a number of organizations.
The government of the Bahamas promised us a digital Grand Bahama. They promised an ecotourism in the east. They promised cultural and heritage tourism in the west. The government of the Bahamas have yet to come back to the Grand Bahamas and tell us what is the strategy for Grand Bahama, as is the linchpin for the entire Bahamas. The government of the Bahamas have even yet to come back and acknowledge that we have sent 5 of them and 2 senators there. We have been ignored.
They said it's the people's time, but I'm afraid it's the people's time to suffer. The politicians must reassess what they're doing and change this whole modus operandi to get the Bahamians first and not foreigners.
What the Bahamian people are suffering from right now is economic apartheid. The gallows for us and the money for the investors or whoever.
We are finding that what was gained, the gains that we got before under the trade union movement is under attack, and we want and need every person, because you have to do it, or next it could be you. That's what is happening here. We're giving it away, and next it could be used, your stuff that we give away.
Article 71 says the executive authority of the Bahamas is vested in Her Majesty. You understand? So we say these fancy quotes, the people time, Bahamians first, but it will never be Bahamians first until the leaders of this country swear their allegiance to the Bahamian people.
Tomorrow, the Free National Movement will officially celebrate its victory at the polls. On May 10, 2017, the FNM won in a landslide, securing 35 seats. And as the party observes its anniversary and takes a look back at the past 12 months, we talked to Senate President, the Honorable K. Forbes Smith.
But one of the things I want to say, and I think politics has changed in our country forever. As you can see, we can change every 5 years if we do not address the issues of the people. And so we have to listen to people more. We have to do business differently in this country. And I think that if we satisfy the needs of the people in our country, we'd be a better country. And so here came now what was the theme going to be. And we tried a few things, but it ended up being it's the people's time. And that came out of everything that we had heard, what we had talked about. People wanted to be affected in their lives. So everything was about people, and that's really how the theme evolved.
And to hear more on the government's work over the past year, you can tune in on Sunday at 8 p.m. to the program Free National Movement, A Year Beyond the Polls, with host Shanique Miller. Tonight, we also continue with our HMBS Flamingo flashbacks as we near the anniversary of the attack on the Defense Force vessels by Cuban jets 38 years ago tomorrow. Like many of his fellow seamen, retired Chief Petty Officer Gregory Curry was a novice sailor when he had to scramble for cover as Cuban missiles targeted their boat.
You'll see that's light right up the front. The warships, the warplanes were currently firing at the men in the water. So all I did, I said, probably as surprised him in his role setting, I dove down as deep as I could, and I felt and I saw the archer bullets following me, left, right, center, all around me. I was not to die that day.
And the countdown is on before we crown a new Miss Bahamas World. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil. Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
This is the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Commonwealth Bank. And no matter how, no matter where, no matter what, Commonwealth Bank is here for you. Commonwealth Bank, everything we do it for you.
Accepted. You're always sharing everything. You share the umbrella, the weekend, the blanket, and even your favorite towel. We know that you always share, but not KFC's genuine big box, made fresh for only you, with 2 pieces of chicken, 2 spicy wings, coleslaw, fries, biscuit, a cookie, and a soda, all for just $10 including VAT. Easy to enjoy, hard to share.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
Police are investigating a viral video that shows a young girl being beaten at first with a belt, then with a stick, and further with the fist of the parent in the video, reportedly for returning home after 10 o'clock. Officials say they have identified the teen and the parent in the video and have launched an investigation. At this time, there are no pending charges. The police mounting a symposium today for members of the business community in northeastern New Providence. Assistant Commissioner of Police Ashton Greenslade says, well, encouraged business owners to strengthen their relationship with the police.
When we partner with our citizen, it makes our job as police officers that less difficult. So let's work together. Let's work as a team. We all in this fight together, all law-abiding citizens and the RBPF and other government agencies, all of us in this fight together to stamp out this vexing monster called crime.
The symposium featured speakers who addressed a number of topics, including cybercrime, business safety, and crime prevention. ACP Greenslade also urged business owners to cultivate stronger relationships with officers within the Northeastern Division.
You also need to get to know your constables and corporals on the beat. Develop a personal relationship with them. Get their phone contacts. Give them your phone contacts. And whenever you encounter a problem, pick up your phone and call. Call your constable on the beat. Let him know you see a suspicious person lurking around your business establishment. If you don't feel like you get any results from him, step it up a bit and call the assistant superintendent. But you need to work in partnership with your police.
The Bahamas Gaming Operators Association launched its Responsible Gaming and Addiction Prevention Program today. It's all a part of efforts by the association to assist persons suffering from addictions, particularly gambling. Chief Executive Officer Gershon Major said the initiative is part of the association's earlier announced corporate and social responsibility pledge of $7.1 million.
The association recognizes that as a collective representation of the domestic gaming industry, it has an obligation as part of its overall mandate to promote awareness, education, and advocate on behalf of its stakeholders. Primary amongst the stakeholder grouping is our customers. Therefore, protecting and empowering them to make responsible decisions about how they game is of paramount importance.
The association also presented a check to the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center to assist in training personnel on the addiction prevention program. Dr. Timothy Barrett will also provide professional intervention to assist persons dealing with addiction. He and Senior Nursing Officer Paulette Bowe said the initiative is a timely one.
This is a start, and the efficacy of this program will have to withstand the scrutiny of an external audit and in the future, so that results can be reliable and valid when presented to the public.
Benefits will be seen for the workforce, the institution, and the wider community. Some of the benefits being, it places professionals in a superior standing to better assess, identify, and treat those afflicted with gambling addiction.
Dolphin Encounters held its 18th annual marine education poster competition, Project Beach on Blue Lagoon Island. Entries were made from 200 students representing schools across this country. The contest is to raise awareness of the challenges facing marine mammal species in the Bahamas. One of the project's main sponsors is the Bahamas Marine Mammal Research Organization. Spokesperson Gabriel Neely explains why the work of the organization is so crucial.
Working with organizations such as the Blue Lagoon Island and Dolphin Encounters, they work along for community outreach through education and through ongoing scientific research. It actually started as a project from a US-based whale research organization. And it was originally called MMS, that was Marine Mammal Surveys, and then it eventually turned into Bahamas Marine Mammal Research Organization because of the amount of marine mammals that were found in the Bahamas and their distribution. And basically, it started in 1991, so they were around for 20 plus years in the country, just trying to gain awareness of the marine mammals in the Bahamas, as well as conservation and why it is important that we should conserve our marine mammals.
Contest entries were submitted in 4 different categories, and posters were narrowed down to 12 first, second, and third place winners. 3 first place winners spoke to us about the inspiration behind their posters.
Other people throw garbage in the sea, and when you throw garbage in the sea, the fish might die. The fish could die, and we won't have nothing. We won't have no sea animals.
I would like for more people to know how ships and boats affect how the whales communicate, and it destroys their life, basically.
The teacher always used to show us videos of animals dying in the water because people keep polluting the water, and if we keep doing this, all animals will die in the sea, and we won't ever see them again.
The 2018 Miss Bahamas pageant season is in full swing. Contestants in this year's Miss Bahamas competition attended a courtesy call at Government House to meet Governor General Her Excellency Dame Margaret Penling today. Crystal Darling has a story.
7 beauty queens from the Miss Bahamas pageant paid a visit to the Governor General to talk about their experiences in the competition thus far. Each year, pageant contestants participate in a Beauty with a Purpose project, engaging with the community on a personal level. We talked to 4 contestants about their projects.
With my Beauty with a Purpose, I am actually empowering youth through creative arts, and it stemmed from me being a poet and a dancer. I love doing that.
My platform is A Better Me, and basically what A Better Me is a self-development project. So it's basically helping people to become a better them, no matter what circumstances, where they're from, how much money their family has. It doesn't matter. We just want you to become a better you, so that we can make this Bahamas a better Bahamas.
Miss New Providence, Bernique Gibson, and Miss Ragged Island, Desiree Edwards, added how they hope their projects, which are directly aimed towards children, can be beneficial.
I realize that a lot of people in our country are currently experiencing a lot of illnesses that can be directly attributed to our food consumption and our lack of physical inactivity. And therefore, I wanted to do my part and assist in reducing childhood obesity by making the public more knowledgeable about their diet as well as physical activity.
Well, my platform for the pageant is developing opportunities in culture and the arts for Bahamian youth. And so I have endeavored to raise money to purchase instruments for children in the Ranfurly Home, the Children's School for the Erin Gilmore School for the Blind, and the Children's Emergency Hostel.
The Beauty Queens say they are all looking forward to their next big event, the pageant costume competition and motorcade, which will be taking place this Saturday. Crystal Darling, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Crystal. Stay close. Sports is up next. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
Hey, what you saying, baby? Mother's Day coming, what you gonna buy the wifey? Boy, I can't even sleep. The wife keep complaining that she tying up these cabinet doors because they keep dropping off. Boy, you better go down by Corner Bahamas on Queens Highway, and they have a location in Nassau. They're having a 35% store-wide sale until May 18, and you can lay away until October 31st. My Lord, you ain't serious? Yes, boy. And they just carry all Maplewood cabinets, flooring, tiles, windows, and some pretty colored granite. Django, I got dust down the corner Bahamas.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $999, or a 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Here's your first look at sports for Wednesday. After years of watching the game from the bench as assistant coach of the men's national basketball team, Wade Watson will now lead the women's national squad. The executives of the Bahamas Basketball Federation officially named Watson as head coach of the women's team on Tuesday.
After we built a lead, I took my veterans out and I put my neck.
I got a big shoes to fill. I'm coming behind Coach Yo. But one of the things I like to do is to see if I can establish a strategy. Not really established, but inculcate my strategy based on the way I've been coaching for years with the national team. What I've been doing a lot of is studying the teams that we're supposed to play in the next tournament, and just to see exactly the way they play. And hopefully I want to develop a strategy that will be able to counteract and combat their style of play.
A short but exciting season in the New Providence Women's Basketball Association. Playoffs tipped off on Tuesday, giving the defending champions, the Bahama Operators, a run with the youthful Foxy Angels. The Operators held off the Angels, winning one in the best of 3 series, 62-52.
After we built a lead, I took my veterans out, and I put my next year team for when the veterans retire to get a foot wet in the championship game. And those young girls, they made a run back, so I had to go back to the well and, put it away.
You remember this is still a young junior high, senior high team playing the champions and the senior veteran team. So unfortunately down the stretch in the third quarter, we made some mistakes and we had to fight back too hard in the fourth quarter. But, that's the promising the things to come. And as long as they stay together with 1 or 2 improvements, that can always be a team to reckon with. And for a young team, they gave the championship team a headache.
Jonas Lockhart was one of 2 who won a bronze medal at the Council Ball Bowling Tournament in Santo Domingo. Lockhart believes that with more preparation, Team Bahamas will strike gold at the next international tournament.
Most of us, that was our first time there. The lane conditions that we bowled on was excellent. There are some things that we need to do now. Coming back home, we have to work on our weaknesses because there are different oil patterns, there are different names of them, and we're just used to bowling on our conditions here. So we now need to perfect what we learned there so that we can bring home the gold, seeing that we brought home the bronze.
Young triathletes testing their strength at the first staging of the Bahamas National Championships, hosted by the Bahamas Triathlon Association, staged on Sunday. Matthew Reed won the overall title for the 11 to 12 boys, who had to complete a 200-meter swim, 5K bike ride, and 2K run. Cammie Roach was the overall winner in the 11 to 12 girls division.
It was pretty fun. The swim, I like it, but yeah, the swim you just go around. And then the bike is my best, so I just ride as fast as I could go, and then I just carry it through the run.
It was really hot, it was brutal. You couldn't see coming back in because of the sun, and everyone started going off the wrong way.
And the running part?
It was so hot.
Shutting out the C.H. Reeves Junior Boys softball team is the H.O. Nash Lions, who won 11-0. The L.W. Young Girls also batted their way into the winning column, beating A.F. Adley 8-3. And in the senior division, the C.I. Walker Knights defeated C.I. Gibson Rattlers 15-1.
First, keeping everybody healthy and strong. I know we played good, and we'll be good in the championship, and we just thank God for the W.
Everybody executed well. Everybody made their plays. Everybody batted well, especially my boy Ahmed. And that's all. Everybody played well. Everybody played well.
We got to score more runs than that, but a couple errors cost us. But we'll be back strong next game.
And I hope we play the same way championship, because we played really well. These teams can't see us.
There are still a couple of positions up for grabs in the Junior Baseball League of Nassau. This is the last week of play in regular season. Playoff games will start next Wednesday with elimination games, pitting the third-place finishers up against the second-place teams. It's a 1-game elimination, with the winner moving on to play a 3-game series against the pennant winner of the division. The championship series is the best of 7 games. That's your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Just like in a song from days of yore, here you come a knocking, knocking on my door, and I never met a girl like you before.
Johnson. Now that Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the family islands, what are your summer vacation plans?
We're going to Newsroom.
And there is no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the family islands from Nassau. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the family islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the family islands today.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Very passionate. I've not been good at a lot of things, but cooking is one thing that I put my best foot forward every time I step in the kitchen. I do not accept mediocrity. If it's bad before it goes up to the guests, it's not coming up. I'd rather have a dish comes out to the guests late and right than on time and wrong.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, stationary front across the central Bahamas will begin moving toward the north, and that will bring the return of the wet weather to the northwest Bahamas into Friday, and then things will start to dry out a bit over the weekend. But outside of our studios just now, we are under partly cloudy conditions. Your temperature 79 degrees, relative humidity 69%. The winds are out of the northeast at 12 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure 1,016.3 millibars. That is 30.01 inches, and it is falling. That is going to do for your first weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks, Basil, and that does it for the Bahamas tonight, first at 6. But don't go anywhere. News from the north is up next.
A landmark in the Lucaya area demolished. A member of the DNA weighing in on the government's report card 1 year later. And an organized effort underway to revitalize one inner city community.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Parkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news this evening, the Grand Bahama Port Authority continuing its cleanup of the city. The effort to remove dilapidated buildings reached a milestone today with the demolition of a landmark in the Lucaya area. Kimberly Mullings has our top story.
Phase 1 of the Silver Sands Bahama Reef Yacht and Country Club is now underway. The building has been in a dilapidated state since 2004. Assistant City Manager with the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Renato Carrioryu, says this has been a long time coming.
Our efforts have been to ensure that this community no longer has to see this eyesore that exists. Silver Sands is in an area that is highly populated. It's in a tourist, commercial, and residential area.
And for the safety of the residents of this area, we felt it necessary at this time to demolish the building.
The demolition is being carried out by A&C Heavy Equipment under the direction of Gordon Ritchie, and the estimated cost for demolition is in excess of $350,000.
We didn't just come to this point of demolition. This has been a long-standing issue for the past 10 years. The building department and environmental unit have worked diligently with the residents of Lucayan Beach and Bahama Reef to ensure that this unsafe building is rid or demolished.
The adjacent buildings will be knocked down over the next 2 weeks. However, the entire process will take just over 2 months to complete, as they would have to make arrangements to have the associated debris separated and removed to be taken to the Pine Ridge landfill. Before the point of impact, the assistant city manager says that the GBPA is mindful to ensure that every building scheduled for demolition is checked.
We had officers from the Royal Bahamas Police Force perform 2 sets of assessments of this building. And yes, one homeless person was found to be in the building. He was removed from the site this morning.
Executive Director of the GBPA, Rupert Hayward, says that this has been a lengthy process, but he's pleased that they have arrived to this point with the Silver Sands building.
We can actually take some action. We'd like to see this process being refined so we can expedite. The company takes the beautification of the city very seriously. I think this is a continuation of an existing strategy. We know we have a lot more work to do, but we take the safety of our residents and we take the presentable nature of our city very seriously.
Carrioryu says that other buildings are scheduled to be demolished within the city of Freeport soon, including 2 fire-damaged buildings within the downtown and Bazaar area, former North Star building in Discovery Bay, and the former Hawksville High and Primary Schools. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Other news, the Barry and Sheena Johnson murder trial is coming to an end in the Supreme Court. This morning, presiding Justice Estelle Gray Evans began her summation to the jury. Her address continued throughout the afternoon as well. Natalia Hall has more.
The courtroom was full with family members and friends of the deceased and the defendants as Justice Estelle Gray Evans began her summation. She began by thanking the jurors for their commitment to public service for the last 8 months. She said at the beginning of the trial, each defendant pled not guilty, and their task as jurors is to decide if they are guilty or not guilty. Justice Gray Evans referred to a few situations that took place in the court over the last 8 months, including statements by counsel accusing the court of several things. She then told the jury to put all of that behind them, and their only task is to determine the fate of the defendants. She told the group of 12 that as justice, her job is to give them a certain direction on the law, and their job is to determine the facts of the case. Justice Gray Evans told the jury that they've heard names like Lenwood Neely, Samiko Rigby, and others, but they must not concern themselves as to why those persons are not in the court. She told them that they must not let sympathy or prejudice get in the way of making a decision, and that they must be objective and clinical. She also went over the charges for each defendant. She says that they must all consider each count for each defendant separately, and that a motive is never an ingredient for any offense. She reminded them of the surveillance video that they watched that showed how Barry Johnson was killed outside of his home, adding that Dr. Mandy Pettikin was one of the witnesses, and she said that Barry Johnson died from 1 gunshot wound to the head, while Sheena Johnson died from multiple gunshot wounds, with 1 being in her head. Now, the prosecution presented some 26 witnesses in the trial, while the defense presented 3. During the morning session, Justice Gray Evans began to summarize some of the evidence presented by each witness. She also went over the testimonies given by Alan Alsame and Virgil Hall. Devon Hall, Kevin Dames, and Paul Belazaire are on trial for the murder of the couple back in September of 2015. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
Well, Justice Gray Evans is expected to continue her summation tomorrow before handing the case to the jury. Meantime, police needs your help in locating 22-year-old Jeffrey Simmons Jr., who is wanted by the Central Detective Unit for unlawful sexual intercourse. Simmons is described as 5 feet 8 inches tall with dark brown complexion, dark brown eyes, average build, and weighs 150 pounds. Simmons also has a thin mustache with a goatee beard and low haircut. Police say his last known address is Pinedale 8 Mile Walk, and if you see Simmons, you should approach him with caution. Now, if you have any information that can help police to locate Jeffrey Simmons Jr., call 911, 919, or your nearest police station. Switching gears now, May 10th signifies the governing Free National Movement's first year in office. Tonight, a member of the Democratic National Alliance weighs in on whether or not there has been any progression on the island of Grand Bahama since then.
We are definitely in survival mode. And if anybody tell you in Grand Bahama they're not in survival mode, they're lying.
Member of the Democratic National Alliance, Jillian Bartlett, says things are bad in Grand Bahama, and the new government seems to be making lots of promises and announcements of things that just can't seem to materialize.
A year later, the election has passed, and now where are we? Okay, I've seen launches of having a tech hub here or something to that regards, and I've seen some talk towards it, but has it really materialized after a year for Grand Bahama? I don't see that. At least I've looked and observed the hotel that was supposed to be open. We had a hurricane, and where are we today? Is it open yet? We've been employing persons through the hotel chain. I haven't seen that yet. I mean, we have the O-Ban. Yes, it's going to take some time for that to materialize. I'm sure it's going to take way more than about 5 years. So in the meanwhile, again, Bahamians are waiting for something to do.
She says more emphasis must be placed on the revitalization of this island.
I think more investments, that's one. I think we have a lot of broken systems here that needs to be fixed. That's two. If we do have natural resources that can help our country, I think the government should really act on that. With the 5 representation that we have in Grand Bahama, why haven't we skyrocketed? And we have people on the ground who are ready to work with this government.
Bartlett adds that the only way to move this island forward is through a collaborative effort.
This new government has to pull its weight. It just cannot give us launches of promises of, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. They really got to get down to making it happen. And we are Bahamians in the society, no matter where or political side that we voted on, we're willing to help. That's what we're about. We're not about fighting this government to make sure they fail, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. Because if they fail, we all fail. It doesn't matter what part of your political divide.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
Dolly Madison's Ace Housewares and Plant Nursery departments are set to make this Mother's Day her best ever with a 2-day sale this Friday and Saturday. Choose from Dolly's vast selection of modern houseware items and gadgets to make her life easier. Then head on over to the Plant Nursery for roses, indoor and outdoor plants, fruit trees, and more. This Friday and Saturday only at Dolly Madison's Ace Houseware and Plant Nursery Mother's Day sale.
Come on down now.
A Social Affair invites you this Sunday, May 13th, to a special Mother's Day brunch featuring the Cooling Waters. Phone 602-6292 or 727-6292 for reservations.
Hi, sweetie. Could you give me...
A high five?
No, honey. I was asking...
The remote control?
No, I want...
A kiss. You're so pretty.
Get the KFC Fish Box! 2 pieces
pieces of chicken, fries, coleslaw, corn, and our new cinnamon biscuit bites, and a 20-ounce drink. Only at KFC Freeport. KFC, always original and finger-licking good.
Get the KFC Big Box!
The Grand Bahama Homecoming Committee and Sans Bear present Old School vs. New School Bear Fest, Friday, May 18th, Premier Lounge Grounds, Queens Highway. Gates open at 6, admission free before 8. Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas Northern Service continuing with its community outreach program. The team wrapped up its talk show in Garden Villas yesterday with the Deputy Director of Urban Renewal and the Grand Bahama Christian Council making a pledge to formalize a plan to revitalize that area. It was back to the Garden Villas community for part 2 of the ZNS show called The Revitalization of Garden Villas. Our ZNS News team had an opportunity to speak with the Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Senator Jasmine Darius, about plans for the area. Recently, there has been some backlash on the role of urban renewal and its effectiveness, but Darius says that they are too busy working to pay any attention to the critics.
Well, you will always have critics in life. You do good, you will have critics. You do bad, you will have critics. The reality is, though, we are here and we are functional, and the proof is in the results. We are helping daily. These centers are open from 8 a.m., sometimes 7, 8 p.m., helping kids with courseworks, band programs, seniors programs, and these center managers go above and beyond, even on the weekends.
One area of concern is the roofing situation, but she says that is being addressed among a myriad of other issues.
There's a small home roof repair team that will be here on the 21st to get the first clusters of homes, the contractors ready and prepared to renovate the roofs. And that's one area. And of course, unemployment is also a major issue in this particular community.
During the show, the panelists, including the Grand Bahama Christian Council, made an agreement to step up to the plate and plan an organized approach to transforming the area. Darius and Bishop Kermit Saunders, first vice president of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, say that this is the first step to taking back Garden Villas.
No man is an island. And so I believe we really can get a lot done, and it is possible to revitalize this area.
As we have had the opportunity to talk to the community and to hear their concerns, one of those being that many people come in and leave them after a while, just come in to do one good service or one good deed or get a photo op and stuff. And so we're trying to change that.
Also pledging his help was Derek Isaacs, a man who once held great power in the Garden Villas community back in the 80s.
They live here. They know what the feel is, and if the kids, if the mommy and daddy can't help them, you know it's going to drop on them, with food. Even if Urban Renewal help them, they still have to eat the next day, and I'd like to see them come up.
Rome wasn't built in a day, and Garden Villas will not be restored in a day. It will take time, but I believe as we work together and we come together and commit to it and seeing it come to pass, I believe it will be done, and it can be done.
Now, no date has been set as to when this newly formed group will convene. Finally, in news this evening, tonight we continue to recognize mothers who have made an impact in the Grand Bahama community. In this report, Italia Hall talks with a mother who has made a major contribution in education and to the church.
Maria Thompson and her husband, Hartley Thompson, were blessed with 6 children, but Maria Thompson says, unfortunately, the Lord took away one of her children at only 10 months. She says it was a painful experience.
He was sick for about 2 months before passing, and back and forth to the hospital and seeing him suffer. So when the Lord took him, it was a relief.
Thompson is originally from Nassau, but moved to Grand Bahama in 1968 on a mission to develop the Freeport Gospel Chapel Church. She says while she was heavily involved in the church, she still had a close connection with her children and ensured that they were brought up in the church with the help of her husband.
From day one, We would be a close-knit family, have family prayer time together, family devotion, and that's the key.
But Thompson says one of her greatest joys is the fact that all 5 of her children are a part of the church, one being a pastor, another a deacon, one a minister, an evangelist, and her daughter is a youth leader.
Feel so proud and thankful to the Lord, proud in a humble way.
She was also instrumental in the development of the Freeport Gospel Chapel Primary School, which started out as a nursery in the chapel with 8 students.
For its 8 students, we have become so close with the parents, and from that year to this, I still remember each of the parents, and they still keep in contact also.
She says her message to all mothers is to always set a good example for their children.
Talk with the children. You know what they're doing, you know their company, and so on, and have that prayer time. The family that prays together stays together.
It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Welcome. Elaine from Freeport asked, what are the early signs of autism disorder in children? Thanks for your question, Elaine. Autism spectrum disorder covers a variety of symptoms, skills, and levels of impairment. Essentially, it is a serious neurodevelopmental disorder that impairs a child's ability to communicate and interact with others. It also includes restricted repetitive behaviors, interests, and activities. These issues cause significant impairment in social, occupational, and other areas of functioning. Some children show signs early in infancy. However, others may develop normally for the first few months or years of life, but then suddenly become withdrawn, aggressive, or lose language skills they've already acquired. Each child with autism is likely to have a unique pattern of behavior and level of severity, which can range from low to high functioning. So if you notice such changes in your child, please have them evaluated by a doctor. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us, Ricardo Lightborn, as a check on sports when we come back.
The Grand Bahama Homecoming Committee brings you Taurus Riley live in concert Saturday, May 19th, Gombe Park International Bazaar. Don't you miss it.
This month alone, I reduced my power bill by over $300 by purchasing a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utility Company. My power bill is now $16. Can you believe it?
There's another reason why owning a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utilities is right for you. Stop by today at number 8 Oak Street or call us at 225-0766 extension 106 and ask about our in-house financing or lease-to-own option. See you today.
Lucayan Medical Center provides services in family medicine, internal medicine, obstetrics, gynecology, surgery, pain management, psychiatry, audiology, podiatry, and dentistry. We offer laboratory, ECG, X-rays, ultrasound, CAT scans, and MRI scans. Also here, pharmacy, physiotherapy, fitness programs, and pre-employment medical screening. Skilled staff serve you with dignity and confidentiality. Visit Lucayan Medical Center for your healthcare needs.
It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming on Saturday, May 19th. Starring the hitmaker, the culture and lovers rock king, Taurus Riley.
Taurus Riley.
Doing all his hits. Live on stage, Saturday, May 19th at Gombe Park International Bazaar, Freeport, Bahama. It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming. It's Monday weekend. Purchase your early bird special tickets now. General admission $20. VIP $35. All access $60. Purchase tickets at all Fluid Factory locations. Brought to you by Alive.
Oh, Taurus.
Bahamas massive, Freeport to be exact. It's the year singer Taurus Riley, and do remember, May 19th, that's where it's at, Taurus Riley. Homecoming vibes, homecoming celebration. I know the Bahamas is just like home. See? Sing it, we'll be there 19th of May. sing some nice tune, very nice place. Say, salute.
Well, everybody know I wish I had someone just to show how much
Everybody, and welcome to Sports. I'm Ricardo Lightbone. Joan Davis Roll dared to celebrate her birthday today. And yes, let me tell you, Joanne Stewart also celebrating. I don't know what for. She done over the hill a long time. Anyhow, the Big 3 annual basketball tournament opened up on Tuesday at the YMCA. Our Megan Shepard was courtside for day one play.
Franco Miller, Scott Forbes, and Quinton 3-ounce Hall are considered some of the best when it comes to the sport of basketball in recent times. Hall says the group teamed up to form the Big 3 basketball tournament to help build a foundation on Grand Bahama.
It's the practices that lead up to this, and that's a lot of work and a lot of challenge for coaches. But with this tournament set, at least it's something for the kids to think about, and also for the coaches to prepare for, because like I said, this age group is an age group throughout the year when you deal with basketball, because we know in Grand Bahama we have a whole lot of basketball going on, but at 13 and under, this age group is really missing a whole lot of basketball.
On opening day, Sister Mary Junior High took on the junior boys of Sunland Baptist Academy. Coach D'Angelo Roberts says he knows that this win will boost the team's confidence as they compete in the upcoming games.
They stayed focused. They came out and they did what they're supposed to do. I told them about offense and defense, and they surely locked it down today for this first game.
Power forward Shane Saunders says he feels great to take the first win of the tournament. Shooting guard Leon Evans says they will continue the winning tradition.
I feel great because we actually played well. We have to work on our free throw shooting, how to get the ball, run the plays, and have a mindset that we can beat the teams and not foul, not fight, and play the game good.
Now the Stingers were leading the game until the final minutes of the game. Head coach Marco Cooper says he believes it was a mental setback for the team, but they will regroup as they go forward.
I felt we could have played better. We didn't have much practice. I'm not really making no excuses, but we didn't have much practice. But the guys came out, they played hard. A lot of mental errors down to the end. But we're going to make some adjustments, and I think we're going to do well moving forward.
Sister Mary won over Sunland 15-14. Megan Shepard, ZNS, Total Sport.
And thanks, Megan. Well, the first annual Grand Bahama Powerboat Festival will take place on June 1st, and the theme is Fuel the Power. You see, the event is being put on by a small group of entrepreneurs, and the Prodigy Group member went T.O. Boodle says that everybody needs to come out there June 1st and really have some fun.
The races will be competitive. It will be. We have people calling from Abaco, Grand Key, Nassau. They want to take part. We have boaters coming in from the U.S. They want to come on board. Listen, you're gonna come out and you won't be disappointed. The food will be great. The entertainment will be great. We're just gonna have lots of fun. The boaters, one of the things they've been saying, everybody asking about the prize. Yes, it is a cash prize. It is. You will have to race to get that cash. So, but like they say, put your money where your mouth is.
The Ministry of Tourism is fully endorsing the GB Powerboat Summer Fest. System Manager Niche Marketing Jay Philippe says it's tourism mandate to bring visitors to the island, and this is going to be a pretty good event.
Attracting visitors from South Florida market, which is our main market, is going to be very essential for us for the upcoming of our products, and also in particular with Abaco, Nassau, and Bimini visitors traveling to Grand Bahama. It gives life to Grand Bahama in that it injects new money into our economy. We have persons that would be staying in our hotels for a number of days, in fact a week I believe. The event is an entire week, so that's new dollars into our economy. When you think about our vendors that will be out here the entire week, they'll have an opportunity to make money. We think about our transportation providers, our bus drivers, our cab drivers. It shares all the economy throughout Grand Bahama.
And it's a fun event. Our Warren Saunders says he's going to put his boat in. Just maybe Brando's got a Boston whaler. Maybe that'll get in as well. The Grandma Flag Football League, our week 5 of play. So let's go out to the Plex and see what happened. Then Star Davis and the Lady Piranhas on the gridiron in week 5 play. The Lady Piranhas with the football and going right at it. The pass, the tight end is open over the middle for positive yards. Piranhas up 6-0, and the Divas needing to simply see if they can get on the scoreboard. Well, the pass here, almost interception, but some good defense by the Divas. Turnover on downs. The in-style Divas up here in the game and looking for much more. The Divas won at 6-0 and a 3-2 record so far. Also on Sunday, the Grand Central Kickers with a 7-0 win over the Sawyers Lady Enforcers. The Kickers also sitting at 3-2. The Buckeye Oilers and the Mangra Key Sharks in a doozy of a game, and the Oilers running game is the option, and the Sharks having some fits. Well, the Oilers with the first down and looking to attack, and a good catch here. That's another first down. Buckeye weapon was many. Nato was one of those, and he showed up and played. Boy, did he play on Sunday. The Sharks are gassed and looking for some answers, and they got to find a way to stop the Oilers. The Oilers with the first down and the play in the quarterback here. He keeps it. That's going to be a flag, and the Sharks. Well, the Mangra Key down 7-0 and needing to get something going, went to the pass game, but the Oilers defense was simply ready. The Sharks trying to muster some kind of offense, but went back to the air game. The wideout here has got that stickum on his glove, and he held on. Buckeye Oilers grounded the Mangra Key Sharks 7-0, and the Royal and Respect Rock Boys held off the Chargers 20-13. Hey, flag football is what happens on Sunday. You guys got to check it out. Let's look at your sports tonight.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
I'm Hugh Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. After 30 years in this industry, testing hundreds of pest control products, none has impressed me more than Vape. Vape 90-Day Mosquito Destroyer, Vape Aerosol, and Vape Mosquito Coil. Vape is the only spray that you will find in my house and my mother's house, and it should be the only one in yours. In pest control, there are only 2 names to remember: Vape and Budget Pest Control.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Valeria, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry them. So complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags, your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
2 mothers, 2 miracles.
I said, Lord, you didn't tell me He was going to take my baby. By the grace of God, He's our miracle.
Phenomenal features an historic premiere by a local songbird, a Bahamian female, a trailblazer in the world of sports, a phenomenal exclusive with a government minister, and local hotel officials on the way forward. Youngsters on what makes their moms so phenomenal. OMG, spring fashion is in the air. It is a phenomenal Mother's Day special this Friday at 8 p.m.
Phenomenal with Joan Davis Roll.
Since we met, baby, no need for running around. Looks like you cool me down. You cool me down, girl.
You gotta stop.
I
You were there singing Tyra's song, man. Anyhow, today was Joan Davis' birthday.
Yeah.
And Joan gave everybody cake today.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to say thank you very much.
But I mean, you only could get one slice. She was like a little mean, but it was like just one slice.
You know how big Trevor is? You got to carry that home.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North on behalf of our entire ZNS News team.
Joanne can bring us some Coca-Cola tomorrow.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Showing Bahama Tonight continues.
Coming
up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. The price of affordable housing. Hear details of the government's plan to make that a reality. Sovereign Bahamas hits the streets. Hear their demands to the government. And on the eve of a somber memorial, we hear from those who survived the HMBS Flamingo attack. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The goal of affordable housing moving closer to reality. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping the news tonight, the Prime Minister describing the 2018 Affordable Homes Bill as one of the government's most ambitious programs for the Bahamian people. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis listing some of the details of the Affordable Homes Bill once it becomes law in the House of Assembly this afternoon. He said the government wants to address the increasing demand for home ownership for Bahamians to ensure that everyone who lives in this country can own their own home. Altavi's Munnings has more on his contribution to Parliament this afternoon. Altavi?
Good evening, Keishla, and good evening, Bahamas. Comparing the importance of home ownership to that of addressing climate change and obesity across the country, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis touted the 2018 Affordable Homes Act as a necessity. The Prime Minister revealed in the House of Assembly this afternoon that average lots under this act will cost around $30,000 each, although he admitted that the number can be lower. The Prime Minister indicated that his administration has shifted the home ownership focus from building homes to selling residential service lots. And he noted that these lots will be available across the Bahamas to allow as many people as possible to become homeowners.
The first service lots in New Providence will be available for sale in June or July of this year. And these service lots will be provided for the uniformed branches initially, meaning nurses, policemen and women, immigration officers, yes, customs officers, defense force officers, yes, corrections officers, prison officers, and Mr. Speaker, teachers.
The Prime Minister also listed some of the features that qualified homeowners will be able to enjoy.
An essential feature, Mr. Speaker, of our program is that homeowners may choose their own contractors and monitor the work of their respective contractors. This provides both flexibility and control. And under this legislation, homeowners will be empowered to utilize the mortgage process, employ their own architect and or contractor, thereby permitting homeowners to design the home of their choice. There will be additional savings. Material for home building will be duty-free, which may save homeowners again an additional $30,000 to $40,000, well in excess of $100,000.
Well, the Prime Minister underscored the need for Bahamians to own their own land, and he says it's his government's intention to make sure that happens.
They may also opt to use one of a number of pre-existing architectural plans offered by the government. And as I've said, Mr. Speaker, it's our hope to give every Bahamian an opportunity to buy land in their Bahamas and construct home at an affordable price. The price in this country is now too high. And unless individuals who have money purchase land and provide for their children and grandchildren, others will not have an opportunity. And it's our job to provide opportunity for each and every Bahamian.
Prime Minister Minnis also noted that legislation addressing commercial ownership will be tabled in Parliament next year that will enable Bahamians, particularly family islanders, to become entrepreneurs and establish their own businesses like the popular bed and breakfast resorts. Reporting live from the newsroom, I'm Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Altaviz. Well, Member of Parliament for Yamacraw, Ellsworth Johnson, gave the second reading of the Affordable Homes Bill in the House of Assembly today, noting that it will afford residents the opportunity to purchase affordable service lots at a maximum price of $30,000. Purchasers, he said, will have 2 years to build their homes, but Johnson says the bill also allows certain exemptions per lot, and the Minister of Finance would have the ability to approve an extension of the 2-year period. He says it also considers preventative measures to ensure that people don't abuse the concessions.
Section 8 provides for restrictions on the disposition of materials imported duty-free. It says no materials imported into the Bahamas with the benefit of any exemptions for custom duty under Section 7 shall be used for the purpose other than constructing the dwelling home on the service lot, or be sold, given away, or otherwise disposed of, because it's for a specific purpose. We don't want persons to start a business out of this.
Now, Member of Parliament for Garden Hills, Brenzel Rose, says through the effort to provide affordable housing, the government is demonstrating that it is continuing to work for Bahamians. Meantime, Member of Parliament for Central Andros, Picewell Forbes, supported the bill, but criticized that $30,000 lots with just 2 years to build is impractical and insensitive, noting that single mothers make up the majority of women who seek to purchase affordable homes, and their finances are already stretched.
These professionals in this area, for example, now have an opportunity as first home owners to buy a lot, get customs reduction, elimination, and own a home now, Mr. Speaker, that is the cost of a lot. That is what the Free National Movement has done.
It offers an opportunity for our people to have some level of empowerment. And I hope that this government, in its wisdom, would also look once again at its white paper when it comes to bring the green paper with real opportunity for the inner city communities. Would include the construction in a very direct way of small homes, not only home repair, small homes construction in the inner city community.
Member of Parliament for Elizabeth, Dr. the Honorable Dwayne Sands, says there are $863 million worth of loans in arrears and $566 million worth of non-performing mortgages. Sands, who was contributing to the debate on the Affordable Homes Bill, accused the Progressive Liberal Party of practices which resulted in the damaging of the viability of the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation. He says during the FNM's time, there's been a turnaround.
Despite that dismal reality, Mr. Speaker, over the last year, since the people's government has been in place, we have seen a reduction year over year of $121 million of loans in arrears, a 4% reduction in mortgages in arrears. This is without promising a mortgage relief plan that was nothing more than a sham.
Now, Sands says when he was chairman of the corporation, there was a 40% delinquency rate, with about 1/3 of mortgages underwater, and many of those mortgages were granted, he says, under the Progressive Liberal Party. He says during the PLP's last term in office, it drew down on a $10 million loan from National Insurance, and while the former Minister of Housing had promised to build 1,300 homes, only 55 were constructed. Member of Parliament for Angliston, Glenys Hannah Martin, defended the PLP's record and added that the decline in non-performing mortgages was not due to the current administration.
In fact, when the Minister of Finance gave his budget communication, when you were in office 3 weeks or whatever it was, he was able to show in that, demonstrate that the number of non-performing mortgages had significantly diminished. But it has much to do about the initiatives taken by the prior administration to deal with defaulting mortgages and a mortgage relief approach.
Members of Operation Sovereign Bahamas held a protest in Roslyn Square today to bring attention to a number of issues they want the government to address. Now, the group included representatives from a number of organizations.
The government of the Bahamas promised us a digital Grand Bahama. They promised an ecotourism in the east. They promised cultural and heritage tourism in the west. The government of the Bahamas have yet to come back to the Grand Bahamians and tell us what is the strategy for Grand Bahama, as is the linchpin for the entire Bahamas. The government of the Bahamas are even yet to come back and acknowledge that we have sent 5 of them and 2 senators there. We have been ignored.
They said it's the people's time, but I'm afraid it's the people's time to suffer. The politicians must reassess what they're doing and change this whole modus operandi to get the Bahamians first and not foreigners.
What the Bahamian people are suffering from right now is economic apartheid. The gallows for us and the money for the investors or whoever.
We are finding that what was gained, the gains that we got before under the trade union movement is under attack, and we want and need every person, because you have to do it, or next it could be you. That's what is happening here. We're giving it away, and next it could be used, your stuff that we give away.
Article 71 says the executive authority of the Bahamas is vested in Her Majesty. You understand? So we say these fancy quotes, the people time, Bahamians first, but it will never be Bahamians first until the leaders of this country swear their allegiance to the Bahamian people.
Well, still ahead tonight, the country prepares to commemorate a sad day in Bahamian history. And CARICOM foreign ministers wrap up their 2-day meeting. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Leaded, designed for extra miles.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. Making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day, the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day, your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock, and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
Accepted. You're always sharing everything. You share the umbrella, the weekend, the blanket, and even your favorite towel. We know that you always share, but not KFC's genuine big box, made fresh for only you, with 2 pieces of chicken, 2 spicy wings, coleslaw, fries, biscuit, a cookie, and a soda, all for just $10 including VAT. Easy to enjoy, hard to share.
is more than where the heart is. Home is where the children feel safe, a place where family comes first. Come home today with a B.O.B. residential mortgage. Enjoy attractive rates with up to 25 years to repay, or use the equity in your home to fund home improvements or other worthwhile needs. Isn't it time you came home to a place of your own? Talk with us today. B.O.B., your bank of solutions.
Good night, BTC family. It's Julian Believe, and we're back with another BTC Tech Tip.
Yeah, I got a call saying BTC is putting fiber in my neighborhood, but I don't even know what fiber is.
Fiber is the latest data transfer technology, providing high-speed internet connection at up to 1,000 megabits per second. With fiber to the home, customers can experience great bandwidth and reliability with their internet connection. And that bandwidth allows for services like smart home systems, Flow TV, and even home office internet.
How much will it cost to install?
Installing fiber has no cost to you if you're an existing BTC fixed line customer. However, if you are a brand new BTC customer, the installation cost is $150. And get this, having a fiber line connected to your home actually increases the value of your property.
Wow, now that makes it worth it.
And there you have another BTC Tech Tip. See you next time.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tomorrow, May 10th, the Free National Movement will officially celebrate its latest general election victory. On that day 1 year ago, the FNM won in a landslide, securing 35 seats. As the party observes the anniversary, it takes a look back at the last 12 months. We spoke to Senate President, the Honorable Kay Forbes Smith.
But one of the things I want to say, and I think politics has changed in our country forever. As you can see, we can change every 5 years if we do not address the issues of the people. And so we have to listen to people more. We have to do business differently in this country. And I think that if we satisfy the needs of the people in our country, we'd be a better country. And so here came now what was the theme going to be. And we tried a few things, but it ended up being it's the people's time. And that came out of everything that we had heard, what we had talked about. People wanted to be affected in their lives. So everything was about people, and that's really how the theme evolved.
And to hear more on the government's work over the past year, you can tune in on Sunday at 8 p.m. to the program Free National Movement, A Year Beyond the Polls with host Shanique Miller. In other news tonight, police are investigating a viral video which shows a young girl being beaten, at first with a belt, then with a stick, and further with the fist of a parent in the video, reportedly for returning home after 10 o'clock. Officials say they've identified the teen and the parent in the video and have launched an investigation. At this time, there are no charges pending. The Bahamas Gaming Operators Association launched its Responsible Gaming and Addiction Prevention program today. It's part of an effort by the association to assist persons suffering from addiction, especially in gambling. Chief Executive Officer Gershon Major said the initiative is part of the association's earlier announced corporate and social responsibility pledge of $7.1 million.
The association recognizes that as a collective representation of the domestic gaming industry, it has an obligation as part of its overall mandate to promote awareness, education, and advocate on behalf of its stakeholders. Primary amongst the stakeholder grouping is our customers. Therefore, protecting and empowering them to make responsible decisions about how they game is of paramount importance.
The association also presented a check to the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center to assist in training personnel on the addiction prevention program. Dr. Timothy Barrett will also provide professional intervention to assist persons dealing with addiction. He and Senior Nursing Officer Paulette Bowe said the initiative is timely.
This is a start, and the efficacy of this program will have to withstand the scrutiny of an external audit and in the future, so that results can be reliable and valid when presented to the public.
Benefits will be seen for the workforce, the institution, and the wider community. Some of the benefits being, it places professionals in a superior standing to better assess, identify, and treat those afflicted with gambling addiction.
The police mounting a symposium today for members of the business community in northeastern New Providence. Assistant Commissioner of Police Ashton Greenslade encouraged the business owners to strengthen their relationship with the police.
When we partner with our citizen, it makes our job as police officers that less difficult. So let's work together. Let's work as a team. We're all in this fight together, all law-abiding citizens and the RBPF and other government agencies, all of us in this fight together to stamp out this vexing monster called crime.
The symposium featured speakers who addressed a number of topics, including cybercrime, business safety, and crime prevention. ACP Greenslade urged business persons to cultivate stronger relations with officers in the Northeastern Division.
You also need to get to know your constables and corporals on the beat. Develop a personal relationship with them. Get their phone contacts. Give them your phone contacts. And whenever you encounter a problem, pick up your phone and call. Call your constable on the beat. Let him know you see a suspicious person lurking around your business establishment. If you don't feel like you get any results from him, step it up a bit and call the assistant superintendent. But you need to work in partnership with your police.
The 21st meeting for the Council of Foreign and Community Relations has been branded a success. The meeting held earlier this week at the British Colonial Hilton discussed CARICOM's relations with the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada. Minister of Foreign Affairs Darren Henfield says issues of migration were discussed extensively with a representative from the UN.
She alluded to the fact that criminal deportees from large countries, they understand and appreciated the United Nations, that they pose somewhat of a burden on countries. I don't know if you understand the way that happens, but someone might be a child and taken to another country, the United States, United Kingdom, or Canada, for instance, and they get in trouble with the law. And you ask, what is your country of origination? And you say the Bahamas. And then we're contacted at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we're asked to receive a person.
Now, issues including political dialogue, trade and development cooperation regarding CARICOM's engagement with the UK post-Brexit were also discussed. CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRoque says engagement on maintaining trade were being discussed with the UK since last year.
The current economic partnership agreement will form the basis of what would emerge as a trade agreement going forward between the CARIFORUM states, which are now the parties to the EPA, and the British United Kingdom. The discussions there have been ministerial consultations, and there have been technical exchanges as well. I think we are fairly well advanced. I'm fairly confident that by March 20th, I think is the date, 2019, we should have something in place.
Now, last night, delegates on that COFCOR meeting were entertained during a closing reception at Government House. Minister of Foreign Affairs Henfield welcomed the delegates representing 19 countries. Among the delegates were CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRoque, CARICOM Secretary, senior officials, and CARICOM Ministers of Foreign Affairs.
I think we had an excellent meeting of the Community Council of Foreign Ministers of the Caribbean. It's an important time for us all to come together, as we do once per year, and ensure that we engage in meaningful discussions on a number of issues that are very important to us all, nationally and regionally. So it's important for us, not only from a foreign policy perspective, but from a development cooperation perspective. So these are the opportunities that we get to discuss different areas of technical cooperation.
Now, COFCOR determines relations between the Caribbean community and international organizations and third states and promotes the development of friendly and mutually beneficial relations among member states. COFCOR also seeks to ensure the adoption of community positions on major hemispheric and international issues.
I thought that the conference went very well. As you know, COFCOR's main responsibility is to prepare the ground for the Heads of Government Conference. The Heads of Government Conference takes place in the first week of July, and our job was to prepare for that meeting, looking at the agenda, making sure that the issues that are to be put to the heads have the necessary discussion, advice, and documentation.
The topics discussed focused on the existential threats, for example, in the region, things of primary importance to the Caribbean. And so, for example, to have met with the United States and to discuss issues of climate change and de-risking and graduation, all those things that impact life and living in these islands, very important.
It was 38 years ago, but it's a fresh memory still to the men at the forefront of a national assault. They are the proud and the brave, and they survived to tell the story of the day they were called on to defend their beloved Bahamas. Cuban MiG jets firing on the now infamous HMBS Flamingo is something now retired Chief Petty Officer Gregory Curry will never forget.
You'll see us light right up the front. The warships, the warplanes were currently firing at the men in the water. So all I did, I said, probably I'm surprised to him in his road said, I dove down as deep as I could, and I felt and I saw the actual bullets following me, left, right, center, all around me. I was not to die that day.
Shaken but alive, they scrambled to search for their fellow sailors, unable to find 4 of them in the dark of night. Senior Commander Amos Roll was the captain of the ship. He recalled the hour of the first strike.
When the first salvo rockets hit our boat, I said that was my child. I was trying to mark position on. I said, what, that? Another salvo hit, and the guy said, son, that's those blades again. They're back. Well, that was common knowledge, everybody there. Camaraderie was good, and we just followed our train.
Chief Petty Officer Anthony Russell made this observation as he highlighted the bravery of his captain.
Ferguson 1 and Ferguson 2, that's the name of the crowd. I later learned, I still don't know where I got this information from, that these crowds were actually government owned. They were government owned. But the bravery of my captain, he took command of those boats and sailed them to Ragged Island. I'll never forget that. Then our prisoners in tow.
Today, these men are all retired. Only one member of the crew remains on the force today. Former Marine Captain Anthony Allen says his near-death experience on the Flamingo has taught him a lesson everyone can benefit from.
Obviously, he was a little apprehensive going back to sea. But as you can see, I think most of us who were on that ship stayed on the Flamingo, stayed on the Defense Force and made a career of it. So my advice is, once you go through an ordeal, the best way to get through it is to stick with it. Determination and perseverance.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson. The University of the Bahamas opens the Hawksbill Hall at its campus in Grand Bahama. The hall serves as a residential facility and is the result of a $3 million gift from the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Attending the opening ceremony was Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquest, who says UB North has an important role in developing Grand Bahama and its competitive advantage by producing skilled individuals to help drive the economy. He says Hawksbill Hall will help fulfill a promise made by the government to provide free tertiary education. In other business news, our Rockport Development traded 115 shares to close unchanged at $17.43 per share. Finco traded 12,550 shares to close unchanged at $6.43 per share. First Caribbean traded 1,800 to close up 9 cents to a new price of $8.89 per share. Focal traded 710 shares to close unchanged at $4.20 per share. And in international business news, U.S. stocks were mixed early Wednesday, treading water amid volatility fueled by a persistent crude oil price breakout. The S&P 500 index rose 0.27% to $2,679.24. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Turn of a thing here now. People on the road. It's Wendy. Dicey night. What you know about it? Anticipation right now is high. People in motion, ready to fly. The road in trouble on this here day. This section ready, ain't no place safe.
Here we are on the eve of Carnival. And so what do you do on the night before the biggest party of the year gets underway? Well, you have a dress rehearsal. Welcome to Carnival, BTC style.
I feel excited, feel great. We're getting ready to hit the road, which I'm really looking forward to. And by the look of things, it's going to be amazing. The people come out, they show out, they're not shy, they're letting loose, so it's wonderful. And the people that are probably going to be on the side of you or your co-workers, seeing that BTC is also participating in Carnival, so it should be awesome.
Na 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 na. From your wake up this morning, you're the winner.
And so Carnival weekend is well underway. We look forward to seeing you on the road and all weekend long. I'm Corval Piper, and we'll see you next BTC Connection.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day is a new day.
Jacob, guess what? I know how to get out of trouble with my mom. Nuh-uh. Uh-huh. One time, my mommy got mad at my daddy, and next day, he gave her this aqua bag. And she got so happy. And another time, he gave her the same aqua bag, and she got so happy again. Yeah, so yesterday, when I spilled my drink on her new couch, I ran and got one of those same aqua bags. And it actually worked. What? Yeah, she wasn't mad at me anymore. It's like magic. Whoa.
Come and discover the magic for yourself. No matter what the occasion, it can work for you too. Visit any John Bull location and select something that'll make every occasion brighter. Make every moment John Bull.
Jacob, come here.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
First Care is an absolute game changer for thousands of Bahamians who do not have major medical insurance, and it also serves as a supplementary plan for those who may have high deductibles on their existing major medical. First Care is incredibly affordable, but for our Alive subscribers, you get an even deeper discount. Our Silver subscribers receive a 10% discount. Our Gold subscribers receive a 15% discount, and our Platinum subscribers receive a 20% discount. We're excited to be a part of Alive's Rewards program because this is a new and innovative way for us to reach our customers.
Well, the 2018 pageant season is in full swing, and contestants in this year's Miss Bahamas competition attended a courtesy call recently at Government House to meet the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marguerite Pindling. Our Crystal Darling was there.
7 beauty queens from the Miss Bahamas pageant paid a visit to the Governor General to talk about their experiences in the competition thus far. Each year, pageant contestants participate in a Beauty with a Purpose project, engaging with the community on a personal level. We talked to 4 contestants about their projects.
With my Beauty with a Purpose, I am actually empowering youth through creative arts, and it stemmed from me being a poet and a dancer. I love doing that.
My platform is A Better Me, and basically what A Better Me is a self-development project. So it's basically helping people to become a better them, no matter what circumstances, where they're from, how much money their family has. It doesn't matter. We just want you to become a better you so that we can make this Bahamas a better Bahamas.
Miss New Providence, Bernique Gibson, and Miss Ragged Island, Desiree Edwards, added how they hope their projects, which are directly aimed towards children, can be beneficial.
I realize that a lot of people in our country are currently experiencing a lot of illnesses that can be directly attributed to our food consumption and our lack of physical inactivity. And therefore, I wanted to do my part and assist in reducing childhood obesity by making the public more knowledgeable about their diet as well as physical activity.
Well, my platform for the pageant is developing opportunities in culture and the arts for Bahamian youth. And so I have endeavored to raise money to purchase instruments for children in the Ranfurly Home, the Children's School for the Erin Gilmore School for the Blind, and the Children's Emergency Hostel.
The beauty queens say they are all looking forward to their next big event, the pageant costume competition and motorcade, which will be taking place this Saturday. Crystal Darling, ZNS Network News.
Well, join ZNS TV tonight at 9:30 p.m. for the program Nation Building with host Winston Pinnock. His guest is JoBeth Colby Davis and Barry Griffin. His guests will be those two. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. We'll be back right after this.
Coca-Cola Bahamas has always been a strong community partner for us. They've supported and helped us to
reach hundreds of young men through Sprite basketball,
create a fun and interactive United FC,
go a little bit further for our animal friends,
feed thousands of Bahamians every year,
preserve our natural habitat,
and celebrate Bahamian culture and Junkanoo on Bay Street.
The Caribbean Bottling Team is committed to the communities that we serve around the entire Bahamas.
Where can you find amazing selections of tiles from around the world? Exquisite medallions, pool mosaics, all colorful, bright and bold. They got granite countertop for the kitchen, elegant vanities, inks for the bathroom, tile care and ruby too. Everything you need and more at the Tile King. The Tile King, located 69 Wolf Road. For more information, call 326-TILE or 326-5464.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
Whether you call her mom, mummy, or mama, nothing compares to a mother's love. And at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets, we salute mothers with great specials like Bluebird Juices 46-ounce can, $3.29. Chicken leg quarters 10-pound bag, 89 cents per pound. Value Time foam plates, 30 count, 2 for $3. Pine Sol cleaners, 28-ounce size, $2.99. Green peppers, $1.59 per pound. Pepperidge Farm cakes, 19-ounce size, $4.99. Thanks, Mom, from Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Yeah, child, I can ride this right on this rim. Y'all guess what? What? I ain't got no spare.
Let me just get a jump from the hacker. Nah, this flat. Guess what, bruh? If you break around the corner of Wolf Road, there's a tire too.
I go in there right now.
Don't look at nosy, Shirley.
You just shut up in my head in the back there. Stop making nerves.
Hey, sweet boy, give me one of them tires. And while you at it, check this bag.
Epic Wolf Road now has tires too. Why not replace your tires on the weekend? Wolf Road is open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit us today.
Life is filled with choices. Every choice we make has a consequence. Whether big or small, financial choices have more lasting consequences than most. When we make sound financial choices, we improve our relationship with money and set ourselves up for financial success. Visit GetMoneySmartBahamas.com and learn how to get money smart today.
Well, it's time for your first check of weather. We check in now with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Hey there, Basil.
Hi, Keisha. At this time, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 81 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, also Green Toll Key, Marsh Harbor at 80 degrees. In the capital, 78 also in Harbor Island, Eleuthera, Roxanne, Eleuthera, Stanley Key in Exumachin, and Camp Space at Andrews. 79 in Fresh Creek, that's Central Andrews. San Salvador, Rum Key, Outer Sound, Cat Island, more 78s there. Georgetown, Exuma at 79. We have a block of 80s in Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, Acklands, and Ragged Island. Matthewtown, Inagua with a warm spot at 82, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 80 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Pink Setter. In the northwestern islands, the winds northeast at 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights around 3 to 5 feet. Low tide will take place at 9:09 tonight. For the central Bahamas, the winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet, and then taking you into the southeast Bahamas, winds picking up a bit out of the southeast at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. So caution flags are up for your boaters in the southeast Bahamas. For the northwest Bahamas tomorrow, winds northeast to east at 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. Low tide will take place at 9:43 in the morning with the high tide at 3:53 in the afternoon. And once again, for the central Bahamas, northeast flow at 10 to 15, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. In the deep south, the winds will be southeast at 12 to 18 knots, and the wave heights 3 to 6 feet, meaning that caution flag holds for the southeast Bahamas into tomorrow. And then on Friday for the northwestern islands, winds become southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Tide-wise will be low at 10:26 in the morning, high tide at 4:42 in the afternoon. And as we go into the central and southeastern islands, a southeast flow 12 to 18, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, and caution flags are up for both the central and southeastern Bahamas. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast. And your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Need it feeling out. Get a sailorman sound. Rolly gray your boat. Need it feeling out. Get a sailorman sound. You wanna go to heaven.
And that's going to do it for your travel forecast brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 15 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Cholesterol is a waxy substance your body uses to protect nerves, make cell tissues, and produce certain hormones. Your liver makes all the cholesterol your body needs. Your body also gets cholesterol directly from food you eat, such as eggs, meats, and dairy products. Too much cholesterol can negatively impact your health. Low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, is often called bad cholesterol. It delivers cholesterol to the body. High-density lipoprotein, or HDL, is often called good cholesterol. It removes cholesterol from the bloodstream. If your total cholesterol level is high because of a high LDL level, you may be at a higher risk of heart disease or stroke. But if your total cholesterol level is high only because of a high HDL level, then you're probably not at a higher risk. Triglycerides are another type of fat in your blood. When you eat more calories than your body can use, it turns the extra calories into triglycerides. Your cholesterol level should be as follows. Total cholesterol level less than 200. 200 to 239 is borderline high, and 240 or more means you're at an increased risk of heart disease. LDL cholesterol levels below 100 is ideal for people at higher risk of heart disease. 100 to 129 is near optimal. 130 to 159 is borderline high, and 160 or more means you're at higher risk of heart disease. HDL cholesterol levels less than 40 means you're at a higher risk of heart disease. 60 or higher greatly reduces your risk of heart disease. Triglycerides less than 150 is best. If you suspect you have or you've been diagnosed with high cholesterol levels, talk to your doctor right away on how to lower your cholesterol levels and stay healthy. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
You know that's probably a phishing email, right?
Well, I clicked the link to sign in and the website looks authentic.
Nope, it's not. Look closely at the URL. See? It's misspelled. There's an extra L in the domain name. That's what these kinds of emails often do. Link to a fake web page that mimics the URL and homepage of a legitimate website. Then they get you to enter personal information like a password or credit card number.
So I shouldn't have clicked on the link?
Nope. When going to any page where you have an account, the best thing to do is type the URL in manually, then create a bookmark to go there in the future. So you're never relying on someone else's link. Update account. Validate. Verify. Click here.
Hey, what you saying, baby? Mother's Day coming, what you gonna buy the wifey?
Boy, I can't even sleep. The wife keep complaining that she tying up these cabinet doors because they keep dropping off.
Boy, you better go down by corner Bahamas on Queens Highway, and they have a location in Nassau. They're having a 35% store-wide sale until May 18th, and you can lay away until October 31st.
My Lord, you ain't serious.
Yes, boy. And they just carry all Maplewood cabinets, flooring, tiles, windows, and some pretty colored granite.
Django, I got that star in the corner, Bahama.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Life happens. And when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today. Or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Deja Vu, Beauty and Barber Supply. We have makeup, Zuri, Maybelline, Black Opal, natural hair products like Cantu, Shea Moisturizers, and Eco Gel. We have Yucky and 24-inch Remy Body Wave, Hetty Stocking, 1609 and 1717. Get 6 for $20. We stock a variety of barber supplies, wall blades, guards, and clippers. For beauticians, hair glue, Pump It Up, Oil Sheen, 4-pound relaxer hair treatments, and shampoo by the gallon. We also sell by the case. Deja Vu. We accept credit cards. Number 1 Andrews Avenue, Market Street. Number 65 Carmichael Road, opposite Super Value Warehouse.
Battery and tire specialists want to improve your ride with their new wheel alignment services. Rough roads can make the steering wheel shimmy, your car drift sideways, and even make you skid in wet weather. Professional wheel alignment extends the life of your tires, prevents expensive repairs, and saves you money on gas. Battery and Tire, 7 Terrace, Centerville, 325-0547. Battery and Tire Specialist. We keep you moving.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Wednesday. Good news for our Bahamian elite athletes and executives in the various federations that fall under the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. Minister the Honorable Michael Pintard announcing that the first draft of the new subvention program is completed and assistance for all eligible Bahamian athletes is on the way.
I'm excited about the adjustments we have made to the subvention program. As you would be aware, we announced a committee of a cross-section of persons who reviewed the sports policy in general, subvention in particular. We now have a first draft, which we have had a chance to vet. We expect within the next 5 days to meet with all of the sports federation to make a general presentation and to get their final input. Most of them have already been consulted, but there are several federations who have not yet given their point of view on it. And so we're excited to finally be moving this process forward.
Now that the Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation National and Novice Championships will be held in the place where it all started, the Malia Hotel, President of the Federation, Joel Stubbs, believed that the fan support will increase.
We have the likes, like Mr. Robinson said, of a lot of newcomers, which is very exciting to hear. A lot of new persons in the men physique category, women's bikini category, and also women's bikini wellness, which is some of the build that you'll probably see a lot of the Bahamian women are favorable of having. I'm expected to see a real nail-biting standoff, showdown in those different various categories. I understood the physiques are very extreme and very much balance, shape, a lot of density. And of course, with all that being said, I'm hoping that these individuals can, sum up to the program and bring their best to have us, all night just cheering for them and giving them all our support.
And if you're wondering exactly how the bodybuilders are judged, here's Charles Seeley, head judge for this weekend's event.
Of course, each category has a set of requirements specific to the category, but there are some universal principles that we look at with each category. One of the things, the first thing the judge will do is watch the person as they walk on stage. And so really and truly judging for us begins from the moment the person walks on stage. And we judge from the top of the head to your toenail, basically. And that includes both the presentation and smile and the way you manage your face. We look at certainly the body in different dimensions. And so we cut the body in half, both horizontally and vertically. And we look to see that there's symmetry, that depending on what division it is, that the mass coincides with that particular division. And then, of course, when persons have to make particular positions, we would judge the muscle development when they move into the various positions. And so the athletes in all of the divisions will have an opportunity to pretty much do a 360 for the crowd, but it's also a 360 for the judges, because we want to see the full muscle development of the individual.
Triathlons are usually an individual sport, but at the Bahamas National Championships, the organizers made sure everyone was involved. One fun way was a relay in Sunday's event, and that was truly a family affair. Just ask the mother-daughter team of Georgette and Kalia Albury and the father-son duo, Caden Mott and Kimwood Mott.
We decided to do a triathlon last year this time, and I'm happy that we did it. The run was very hot, it was humid, but it was a good run.
I always like to do the open water swim, so this is a great opportunity for me to just get back and feel the water, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I was happy that we were able to be on the same team together.
Well, I did the run. I was a part of the relay. My son swam for us, and Patrick Paul, he rode. They had a bit of a weather issue, so we actually did the road instead of the track, and I prefer the road actually. It was a bit uphill on the way out, but coming back, it was downhill, so I was able to pick up my pace a bit. It got a bit hot, but it felt really good.
It felt good going out, but I had a problem seeing the buoys, but overall I felt like I did good.
After years of watching the game from the bench as assistant coach of the men's national basketball team, Wade Watson will now lead the women's national squad. Executives of the Bahamas Basketball Federation officially named Watson as head coach of the women's team on Tuesday.
I got a big shoes to fill. I'm coming behind Coach Yo. But one of the things I'd like to do is to see if I can establish a strategy. Not really established, but inculcate my strategy based on the way I've been coaching for years with the national team. What I've been doing a lot of is studying the teams that we're supposed to play in the next tournament, and just to see exactly the way they play. And hopefully I want to develop a strategy that will be able to counteract and combat their style of play.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
Jacob, guess what? I know how to get out of trouble with my mom. Nuh-uh. Uh-huh. One time, my mommy got mad at my daddy, and next day, he gave her this aqua bag. And she got so happy. And another time, he gave her the same aqua bag, and she got so happy again. Yeah, so yesterday, when I spilled my drink on her new couch, I ran and got one of those same aqua bags. And it actually worked. What? Yeah, she wasn't mad at me anymore. It's like magic. Whoa.
Come and discover the magic for yourself. No matter what the occasion, it can work for you too.
Visit any John Bull location and select something that'll make every occasion brighter. Make every moment John Bull.
Jacob, come here.
It's the month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza. Just buy these products and enter to win great gift cards or cash for your mom. There'll be 2 winners every week in the month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evo.
Ripped jeans, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evo.
Just like in a song from days of yore. Here you come a knocking, knocking on my door. And I never met a girl like you before.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at whether this stall-out front system across the central Bahamas will back up as a warm front over the northwest Bahamas through Friday, and that will bring back the rainy pattern which we had just a few days ago. So there'll be pockets of showers and some isolated thunderstorms as well into Friday, and things should dry out a bit as we head into the weekend, starting on Saturday. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low temperature around 74 degrees, and tomorrow we're looking at periods of clouds and sunshine with some spotty showers, isolated thunderstorms, particularly as that warm front gets a little near. The high temperature tomorrow should reach about 86 degrees. And your extended weather forecast over the next 7 days going to keep you in the mid-80s right through the 7-day cycle. As you can see, showers into Friday, things drying out on Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, we bring yet another little system over the northwest Bahamas, which will once again fire up some showers and thunderstorms. So the rainy season continues.
Those systems keep coming.
Yes, well, we're getting closer to summer, and, you know, the summertime is our rainy season.
All right, thanks a lot, Basil. That does it for us in the Bahamas tonight. On behalf of all of us, thanks so much for looking in. Have a great night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.